evening. I'm Judy Woodruff on the NewsHour tonight. Care in the time of COVID. Despite the ongoing pandemic and the upcoming election, the Trump administration asked the Supreme Court to invalidate the Affordable Care Act. Then, a surge in the Sun Belt as Texas and Florida again closed bars. We are on the ground in Arizona as it reconsiders reopening amid a dramatic spike in new coronavirus infections.
We were coming into a summer and the weather here is great. People just went crazy and started to congregate, and that's driven the numbers higher than we ever expected.
Plus, it's Friday. Mark Shields and David Brooks consider the week in politics and the ongoing federal response to COVID-19. All that and more on tonight's PBS NewsHour.
Major funding for the PBS NewsHour has been provided by
When it comes to wireless, Consumer Cellular gives its customers the choice. Our no-contract plans give you as much or as little talk, text, and data as you want. And our U.S.-based customer service team is on hand to help. To learn more, go to consumercellular.tv.
financial services firm Raymond James, Johnson & Johnson.
The John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, fostering informed and engaged communities. More at kf.org.
And with the ongoing support of these institutions. And friends of the NewsHour. This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Two big states, Texas and Florida, are reining in their reopenings as COVID-19 infections surge back. Republican governors in both states ordered bars to close today or stop selling alcohol. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis argued that his early push to reopen is not to blame for the turn of events.
We went to phase one at the beginning of May, and we had the best COVID results we've ever had all through May and the beginning of June. I mean, positivity was low, the cases were low. I think just what's happened since in the last few weeks is, I think it's more just, people want to be social, they want to interact.
All told, the nation had a record 40,000 new cases in the last 24 hours, and the death toll neared 125,000. In Washington, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, warned that young Americans, most of whom may show no symptoms, are driving the new infections.
You have an individual responsibility to yourself, but you have a societal responsibility. Because if we want to end this outbreak, really end it, and then hopefully when a vaccine comes and puts the nail in the coffin, we've got to realize that we are part of the process.
Dr. Fauci spoke as President Trump's coronavirus task force gave its first briefing in almost 2 months. Vice President Pence acknowledged that infections are rising in 16 states, but he said the overall situation is better than 2 months ago. He also defended the president's decision to resume political rallies. On Wall Street, the COVID resurgence and moves by Texas and Florida to reimpose closures sent investors heading for the exits. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 730 points, nearly 3%, to close at 25,015. The Nasdaq fell 259 points, and the S&P 500 gave up 74. The Minneapolis